good evening. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your financial market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for the evening, as we're here now on Tuesday, the 1st of July, 2025, just after 6:45 p.m. Central Time. Well, before I go too far, I want to say happy 4th of July to all, and we have our 40% off sale. Any of my courses, any of my one-year subscription research plans, and that's quite a bit off. So it's as good as you're going to get out of me. Give you an idea, my charting course is normally $600 for the full course. It includes access to all the research for 30 days, the charting software, the hours upon hours of videos, good hours. You learn a lot. My other courses are $120. They're down to $72. And the courses begin when you start them, not the day you buy them. The research begins the day that you buy them. By the next day or so, I have you in. It depends on the time of day you buy it. A lot of people buy it middle of the night. I'm not up. But we get you all on, and away you go. Just go to iraepstein.com. You can see that right here. There'll be icons throughout the video. All righty. In terms of news for tomorrow, let's talk a little bit about that. Let me step back this way. The Mortgage Bankers Association is going to update their market indices at 6. The Challenger Group, the planned job cuts, that'll be at 6:30. You saw the JOLTS report today. Powerful, okay? Big up. The market was not looking for that. It was, 7.7 million jobs being offered. If you want to work, there's a job out there for you, in other words. ADP, the private sector, we're going to find out what the net change in their jobs were. Again, we'll see if the market lost jobs or are they adding jobs by not cutting people. Are they looking at the petroleum estimates? Yeah, we'll see what they get at 9:30. Remember, OPEC meets on Sunday, so we'll get an idea as to what they're going to do. They often give you a leak. Maybe we'll get that before the July 4th holiday. We have a golden cross in the S&P 500 index. I am not, the word is not, going to discuss that here. In the morning subscriber video, I will. And market rotation took place today. We've got the tech down, the mega caps down, the regional banks were up, the big banks were up, and the Russell stocks are coming alive. And of course, the tax spending bill and the tax and spending bill is really how I got to get used to these names because they change all the time. But Trump's bill did pass the Senate. Now it's back to the House. We could get a vote tomorrow. If it passes tomorrow, the House, the president will sign it, and he'll have made his July 4th date. We will see how it goes. Maybe it has to not make it out of there or make it with changes. If there's any changes, it has to go back to the Senate for approval. So this can draw out and ruin, if they decide that they keep Congress in session till it's passed, everyone's 4th of July holiday. All right. Now, the markets today, pretty interesting day. All the stock markets are now higher. Now, you had a mixed bag today. The leadership came out of the tech today. It went into what? The Dow 30. Obviously, part of the problem here is Trump and Musk continue to go at each other. I wish the two would stop this. It doesn't help America. It doesn't help either of them. These war of words makes no sense, but it hurt Tesla. It does other things to the market. Let's just get past it. In the metal markets, you're looking gold and silver, stable, maybe a little bit lower. The dollar was down again. It rallied back after this morning's reports and after news of the signing of the Senate of the bill and sending it back to the House, and it came off the lows and you had a pretty good rally. It also rallied when the market saw the JOLTS report. So there were two parts to this. When you and I step over and look at bonds and notes, they're sitting. You got down to the 4.22 level in the 10-year note. You came back to the 4.25 level roughly at the end of the day. Currencies are a mixed bag at this point. And on the energy markets, a little bit of everything, but basically still pressure on them. So let's take a look at what we have. When you look at the mini weekly S&P 500, still pointing higher. You can see how the market is fighting a battle to get to contract highs. I didn't say cash market highs, contract highs, which would be 62.88, hasn't been able to do that yet. When we take a look at the pattern, you have another vertical price run. Today, you got to the sideline. Why? Well, we'll see in a minute here. As you can see where the market's at right now, it's over all the key moving averages. Remember I said that you were 5 days in a row over the Bollinger Band. You rarely go to 6. Look what the market did today. Let me bring you back. Bingo. Okay, so that just gives you an idea. It's so often that these things happen. And as I said, that doesn't mean that you're ending the trend. I just said it's going to get away from that and not be as excessive, and that's what the market did. You have the embedded reading. I think breaks in the market will continue to be bought. In the NASDAQ, you did make it up to the highs. You can see that. And the market's having trouble at them. Not a break, still fully embedded reading, just a pullback in the market, not much more. In the Dow, you're now getting up to that try for 5 days over in that. That'll kick the market, trying to get the embedded reading going in place too. And in the Russell, still overbought into major resistance now at the 200-day average in the Bollinger Band. But the Russell can now come alive. So I'm changing my tone. The Russell could come alive because if the market gets serious about believing that the Trump tax spending bill will get passed shortly, that there'll be enough data coming out of the jobs report that we see the market starts to weaken a little bit. We haven't seen that yet. Then people will look for what hasn't gone up. They did that today. I saw the bottom pickers in stocks that haven't been loved, buying coming out in different areas. So people are scrounging now going, oh no, that one's moved already. That hasn't moved. Why hasn't that moved? And blah, blah. Those are a lot of Russell stocks. In the DAX, you're overbought. Be careful. I don't like deploying new money in overbought markets. In the bond market, you've got your bullish embedded reading. So let it do its thing. It's back and forth action right now. In the 5-year notes, you have not lost the embedded reading. You could. A close under 79 could mean you come back or make a run to the 18-day average. In the dollar index, you're pressing the lower side here. But since we did that dollar report, remember I put it out weeks ago? Still there. I mean, many weeks ago. And in the euro, as I told you, you have the embedded reading, and you're running with the gorilla glue trade against the Bollinger Band. Days up, days down, not getting anything excessive, but not breaking away from that. It's so hard to buy without getting a break in the market, but up and away you're going. It's carrying the pound to new highs as well, which is trying to embed now. Now, you can't count today's action in the pound, but both numbers were over 80 on Monday, not the day before. It would take until Friday's action. And yes, the futures market will be open in Chicago till about noon in most of the financial markets, not in the grains, not in a bunch of the other markets, the meat markets. There'll be markets that are closed. But you will get that. You'll have thin volume, as you can imagine, thinner than normal, I would think. Bitcoin. I have gone on record already telling my subscribers, and I want to tell you, that I think this market's going to see more sideways action and eventually resolve to the upside. So that's pretty much what I'm looking for. In the crude, why get involved? We don't know what OPEC's going to do or not do. Maybe we'll hear something before Friday, but the trend is certainly down and oversold in all these markets, as you can see. It's very hard to press the short side there. And natural gas is bouncing along the lower Bollinger Band. So take advantage. Here's your 40% off. Take a look. $94 for the whole year. So what are you spending? $7.80 or so to get 1 year of all my futures videos. You can take it with the video. You can do the combo, the 2 package. And it's running you in the neighborhood of about $13, $14 every 30 days. And it's all done. And you're going to get 45 videos, 40 videos a month out of that with a lot of trading ideas. So I'm Ira Epstein. I hope you take advantage. Go to iraepstein.com, click up here. I'll catch up with you in the other videos tonight or see you first thing in the morning flash update. Take care.